Alright guys, so now we're ready to take a look at our automatic MACD divergence settings. And to do this, we actually need to open up a special version of the MACD. So once again, we head up here to the indicators tab, and now you want to search for MACD divergence like this. And as you guys can see here in TradingView, we have tons of different MACD divergence indicators. I have been trying multiple out here, and and we have some good ones. In my opinion, the most beginner friendly is this one called MACD Divergences by David Tech here. You can definitely also feel free to try this one by Tories. As you guys can see, this is the most popular one, but I think the one by David Tech here is the most sort of beginner friendly one. So let's open this one up. And now you can see here on the bottom, we have the MACD indicator. And what you also can see is that this indicator automatically finds both bullish and bearish divergence on the chart. But the first thing we have to notice here is that these type of divergences are not histogram divergences. We have been talking mostly about histogram divergence in this video, but what you can see here is that all of these divergences is on the MACD line. So it's calculated from the MACD line rather than from the histogram. So here for the first bearish divergence, you can see that the price prints one high and then a higher high, while the sort of MACD line prints one high and then a slightly lower high. That is a bearish divergence that indicates a reversal to the downside. We can also see we have yet another bearish divergence here because the price prints higher highs, the MACD prints lower highs, so that is yet another divergence. And we also have a sort of small bullish divergence here because we have one low and then a slightly lower low here on the price, while the MACD prints a slightly higher low, so that is a bullish divergence indicating a reversal to the upside. So this indicator can definitely be a good tool to use to identify divergences. However, there are a few important sort of complications with this indicator. And to see this, let's open up the settings tab for this indicator. The first thing I noticed is that these signals, these divergence signals, appears pretty late here. So it takes up to 5 candlesticks before the divergences confirms, and that can, for some people, that is a bad thing. You will often hear people in YouTube comments talking about, you know, is this a lagging indicator or not? And to be honest, all indicators are lagging in some sense because all indicators use price data to make its calculations. So the calculations will always be sort of slightly delayed compared to reading pure price action. But what you can see here on the settings tab, if you go down here to the bottom, we have a min look back range, and changing this range here should make the signals appear more clearly. This you cannot see on the chart, but when you trade in live markets, you will be able to see that. So we can change this one all the way down to 1 if you want as fast signals as possible. But also here, if you look at the pivot look back right and pivot look back left, unfortunately on the description page for this indicator, it's not super clear what it is, but I'm pretty sure this is the order of the pivot points that the MACD uses to base its calculations. So for example, if we decrease this pivot look back right, let's decrease it all the way down to 1, and the pivot look back all the way down to 1 here, we should be able to see more signals. So as you can see here on the chart now, we have many sort of super tiny divergences. You can see we have a super tiny divergence there, super tiny divergence there. So we can get much more signals by changing that length. But I think that that is a bad idea because you will see, let me delete this, because when you change this all the way down to 1, you will see so many false signals. So let's actually change this one back to 5 and 5. So my thoughts about this indicator is that yes, it can be a good tool to use to find divergences automatically, but I personally definitely think that it is superior to be able to identify your divergences on your own. That way you can avoid many false signals and also focus on the significant signals. So if you want to learn about even more MACD indicators and MACD settings, then I highly recommend to watch my full MACD training course here on the channel. To do that, simply click or tap on the screen right here. I hope I will see you all over there very soon.